Assalamualaikum and hi Madam Azura. We are from Group 1 of Section 10 and we will be presenting the issue with e-waste dumping and the alternative way to manage it. I am Adriana Farisha binti Saiful and I will be presenting the introduction part of this topic. In this age of advanced technology, electronic device has become a must-have item in the home to facilitate daily affairs. Every sector in the world mostly use electronic equipment and device no matter at home, workplace, and educational center. Every item purchased over time will be damaged if we use for a long time. Same goes to electronic device. Waste from electronic equipment is called e-waste. E-waste is less focused in waste management. Many people do not know what the impact would be if we did not manage e-waste correctly. Most community throw electronic waste such as broken computer and their broken oven in regular trash. So we will discuss the cost of e-waste dumping and how to manage it with alternative waste.
Okay, thank you, Adriana Farisha. Okay, I will present the cause of why e-waste it keep happening nowadays. Okay, first of all, the first cause is advancements of technology. A person is likely to purchase additional electronic devices in an effort to keep up with the latest technological developments and fashion trends. Okay. As written by Lisa Yanake in 2014, in my research, in the book of Encyclopedia of Toxicology, it said that electronic waste, or waste electronic, is causing the fastest growing stream in the developed world. Okay, next, an electrical appliance will be outdated from time to time due to technological changes. There are the main waste that is contained in PC, such as MP3, PDS, and computer. As we know, humans are now pursuing technology and they no longer using outdated items for their daily use. Okay. When newer version of the device are released, the older models become obsolete and are eventually discarded as electronic waste. The rate at which technology is advancing is so rapid that a great of number of electronic devices that are continue to function normally are now considered to be obsolete. Okay. Okay. The next is end of the lifespan of the hardware. Okay. As we know, each electrical hardware produced has a certain lifespan. Electronic products and equipment that have either reached the end of their useful lifespan or have been abandoned by their current owner or consumer because they are no longer valuable. Most electronic goods have a very short lifespan and are routinely replaced um, every 2 years by either discarding or exporting to the developing countries as second-hand merchandise. Because of that, rapid technological innovation and short lifespan are contributing to the generation of enormous amount of e-waste in the world. If equipment is not working properly, it is seen are more convenient to let go instead of repairing. Once the hardware is unusable, the consumer will purchase a new one instead to repair it, thus causing the dumping of the e-waste. Accordingly, mm, the percentage of e-waste becomes high from day to day and leave various bad effects. Okay, I will hand over this presentation to my friend Ishad for him to elaborate more about effects. Thank you.
Thank you, Barik. Assalamualaikum and good morning, everybody. My name is Muhammad Irshad bin Hassan, and this morning I'm going to talk about an issue which concerns everyone, which are the effects of e-waste. Did you know E-waste have been giving us major effects in our daily life. This is the reason for my talk today. Now let's focus on my first point of my part. The electronic devices use metals such as nickel, mercury, aluminum, and etc. to conduct the electricity inside the circuit. These are types of heavy metals that are being the pollutants to our environment. The researcher has shown quite conclusively that heavy metals such as lead, copper, cadmium have been polluting the soil. They came e-waste from open burning and e-waste disassembling with high concentration exceeding the maximum allowable concentration of the national soil standards. Now let's look into the soil. What's inside the soil? There is something that we can't see with our bare eyes, which is microorganisms. Microorganisms in the soil have a crucial function for the soil. Thus, the presence of heavy metals in the soil affects the microbial processes and impedes the plant's physiological metabolism, even at low concentrations. As a result, the plantation also facing difficulties in growing, and one thing for sure, the heavy metals will contaminate the plants. A number of studies have shown that the contamination of heavy metals for the plantations have been exceeded the maximum allowable concentration that has been set for the safety of the foods such as rice and wheat to be eaten. And this matter does not stop right here, but the heavy metals will be absorbed by sediments and accumulated for a very long time even though the pollution have been abated. This demonstrates that heavy metal pollution will have an impact on future generations as well as ourselves. And lastly, the results from a research in China shows that the road near e-waste sites has lead and copper dust 371 and 155 times higher respectively compared to non-e-waste sites, which are being the indicator of the pollution as the atmosphere is contaminated with heavy metals. In view of the evidence I have presented, I think it is fair to say that heavy metals pollution from the disposal of e-waste has affected not just the environment but also for our food supply. Next. Okay, so now I would like to turn to my next point. That is, the e-waste will give effect of excess hydrogen gas production. Lots of people do not know the effects of excess hydrogen gas, which is when the hydrogen gas is too much in our atmosphere, the ratio of oxygen gas will decrease. People may experience of oxygen deficiency, especially the one who has asthma problem. Besides that, the people exposed to this environment may suffer from symptoms such as nausea, vomiting, headache, ringing in the ears, dizziness, drowsiness, and unconsciousness. So, let's look at the source of hydrogen gas from the e-waste. So as we know, the motherboard of the electronic devices are made from metals. So all the metals enhance the hydrocarbon reforming change, thus forming the hydrogen gas in the process. As we know, the global warming is increasing and the heat we feel today is quite high. Consequently from this, the high temperature from surrounding will fasten the process of hydrogen gas production because the more heat supplied to a reaction, the higher rate of reaction. Nickel metal has been widely used in the digital industries. This type of metal is cheap, thus the usage of this metal is increasing. But one of the most interesting studies about nickel is it has been act as the catalyst which will making the alternative way for the reaction of hydrogen gas production to increase. Hence, more hydrogen gas will be produced from time to time. To conclude my presentation, the balance ratio of the atmosphere gases has been interrupted by the excess production of hydrogen gas caused by the e-waste, which leads to indirect global warming. While not immediately apparent, the repercussions will undoubtedly have an impact on our lives. Thank you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. My name is Ahmad Noor Salahuddin bin Juari. Today, I would like to talk about number of solutions that we can apply to reduce the e-waste. First of all, be a good consumer. How can we be a good consumer? First, instead of we buying the new one, we should try to repair the product. This will help a lot in reduce the e-waste by using the same product. Or if the product cannot be repaired, try to dispose it in a proper way. Secondly, as consumer, we are the main stakeholder. We should engage more in the recycling forum to make sure the recycling initiatives becomes more successful in the future. Alright, last but not least, we should try to surf the internet to find some technician or some e-waste management organization so we can dispose the product in proper ways instead of dump it everywhere. Okay, next. Furthermore, as we grow up, we always been taught about recycle can reduce the waste. This also can be applied in the e-waste management. Firstly, leaders in every country should establish a law that will encourage the electronic company such as Sony or Panasonic to insert the buyback approach in their products so they can recycle it. After that, as we talked before, repair and reuse of the same products also part of recycle initiative that will sure solve a lot of the e-waste problem in the future. Alright, lastly, manufacturers company are the one who responsible in establish proper e-waste management of their product so their customer will know what should do if the product is broken or unrepaired. After that, okay, so I will pass my presentation to Adriana Farisha to continue it.
Alright, thank you, Shazwan. And then we move to solution 3, which is a deposit refund system. There are some proposals for improving the efficiency of e-waste collection, recycling and reuse system by suggest a deposit refund system. This is because this system will simulate collection while also encouraging a competitive market for reuse and recycling service. Other than that, Fulton 2000 also suggests this system because for most pollutants, the standard response of economists is to tag the offending activity. However, a direct tag is not easy to impose or dumping or litter, therefore an effective way is to apply this system. Besides, the system also can lowering the motivation of unlawful dumping while simultaneously encouraging product reuse and recycling. It also minimizes the quantity of waste produced. When the quantity of e-waste production decreases, the pollution will also decrease. Facilities like this also can make it easier for residents to manage waste from their home. This is due to a small number of people who do not know how to handle their electronic trash. They believe that broken electronics are discarded in regular trash. It is clear that all countries need to provide this system to ensure people recycling their e-waste. This system also can help to keep our environment safe from pollutants. And then I pass this slide to Shazwan to conclude this topic. Thank you.
Alright, thank you Adriana. So, to roll out this topic, we conclude. Firstly, our friends has talked about the advancement of technology caused the increase of the e-waste product. Secondly, e-waste can cause heavy metal pollution and also increase of hydrogen gas production that can cause hazardous to environment. Okay, thirdly, recycle and reuse will help a lot in manage the e-waste and reduce it. Okay, lastly, we can conclude that the country, consumer and electric company play a big role in decide the successful of e-waste management and the successful of the reduce of e-waste management in the future. Okay, that's all from me and my friends. Thank you.